Welcome to the Classic Soap Operas podcast. Today, we're heading to a quiet California cul-de-sac that became the absolute epicenter of some of the most outrageous, dramatic, and, frankly, unforgettable stories in television history. So, I've got a question for you. What if I told you there was a show that started as a spin-off, kind of in the shadow of its mega-famous parent, but then it went on to carve out its own, even longer-lasting legacy? We're talking about the ultimate underdog story. We're talking about Knots Landing. Now, here's the crazy part, the thing you might not know. The whole idea for Knots Landing, it actually came before Dallas. Yeah. Creator David Jacobs, he had this vision for a show that was all about the real, messy lives of middle-class couples. But back in 1977, CBS basically said, nah, not for us. See, the network wanted something bigger, something glitzier. They wanted a saga. So, Jacobs went back to the drawing board and, well, he gave them Dallas. And when Dallas exploded and became this huge phenomenon, guess who came knocking? CBS. They basically said, hey, you know that other idea you had? It's so ironic, right? The success of the show they did want paved the way for the show they'd already rejected. Okay, so how do you connect a world of Texas oil tycoons with a quiet suburban street in California? Well, Jacobs took the black sheep of the Ewing family, Gary, and his wife, Valine, and just moved them. They were the bridge. They packed up their bags and left the high-stakes drama of South Fork for the supposedly peaceful life of Seaview's Circle. So, in the beginning, the show was all about that relatable neighborhood drama. But how does a quiet little show like that turn into a ratings monster? Well, the answer wasn't a what, it was a who. And I mean, that first season was solid. It was all about money troubles, marital problems, the day-to-day struggles of these four couples. It was good TV. Really good, relatable stuff. But the producers knew that good and relatable wasn't going to be enough to make a splash. They needed something more. They needed a catalyst to really shake things up. And oh boy, did they get one. This is the moment where that quiet little cul-de-sac got a wake-up call it would never forget. I mean, does a description get any better than that? This is, of course, about the arrival of Abby Cunningham, played by the absolutely iconic Donna Mills. Abby was this perfect storm of manipulative, ambitious, and oh so glamorous. She didn't just move into the neighborhood. She was like a human hand grenade tossed right into the middle of it, injecting all this backstabbing and betrayal that sent the ratings through the roof. With Abby officially stirring the pot, the show just went into overdrive. This is when it entered its most legendary phase. The storylines got bolder, they got wilder, and just deliciously over the top. This was primetime soap opera at its most beautifully unhinged. Just look at this timeline. The sheer audacity. You've got a murder mystery, you have a baby napping ring, a shocking assassination attempt, and then a main character literally blows up an entire real estate development. The writers were just on another level, and as a viewer, you just could not look away. So did all this chaos actually pay off? You bet it did. During the 1984-85 season, right smack in the middle of that insane kidnapped baby storyline, Knots Landing broke into the Nielsen Top 10. It hit number 9. It was official. The quiet little spinoff was now one of the biggest shows in America. But listen, the drama you saw on screen, that was only half the story. Behind the cameras, things were just as fascinating. The actors weren't just reading their lines, they were actively helping to shape the destiny of the entire show. The actors had so much sway, it's incredible. You had Michelle Lee, who played Karen, putting her foot down and saying her character's marriage needed to stay strong. Even Donna Mills thought the baby kidnapping plot was a step too far for Abby and asked the writers to soften it. And get this, the huge show-defining love triangle between Gary, Val, and Abby, that was pitched by the actors themselves. It's amazing how much creative power they had. Of course, it wasn't all creative passion. Sometimes, real-world pressures come into play. In 1987, CBS ordered budget cuts, and that had a direct and pretty heartbreaking impact. 2 beloved main characters were written out of the show. It's a stark reminder that even in this world of high drama, it's still a business. So after an incredible 14 seasons, the show finally came to an end in 1993. But its influence, that was far from over. And here it is, Maybe the biggest plot twist in the whole story. Knots Landing, the spin-off, the show that was once rejected, ran for 14 seasons, 344 episodes. It ended up outlasting its famous parent show, Dallas, by 2 entire years. The student had officially become the master. And its legacy is just huge. That special formula, mixing these totally outlandish soap plots with characters that felt real, that you cared about, that became a blueprint. You can see its DNA in so many amazing shows that followed. I mean, the creator of Desperate Housewives flat out said it was a huge influence. That tells you everything. It really leaves you with a big question, doesn't it? In our world of streaming and binge-watching 8-episode seasons, could a show like this even get made today? A show that takes its time to build characters over 344 episodes? Or was Knots Landing just a product of a very special time in television history we'll never see again? And that is our look at the legend that is Knots Landing. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, please be sure to like and subscribe for more. And let us know in the comments, what classic soap opera should we dive into next time? Thanks for watching.